Could have listened to that all day. I must tell you, my feelings are a bit tender, but my spirits are high, especially after that introduction, and especially with the folks that are here today. However, I have taken notice, and I want to appreciate the Department of Administration for putting the names on those chairs of the people that aren't here, because we will take attendance. I got 4 years for payback. Governor Batt, Governor Kim Thorne and Patricia, Governor Risch and Vicki, Mr. Chief Justice, Lieutenant Governor Brad Little, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Pro Tem, fellow constitutional officers and members of the congressional delegation, honored legislators, judges, county and city officials, friends, and my family, and our First Lady, Miss Lord, my fellow Idahoans. I want to begin off script because I want to welcome my mother, who by the miracle of television and Channel 7 is joining us from Karcher Estates as she anticipates the anniversary of her 100th birthday on February 9th. We didn't want Mom, wherever you are, wherever the camera is, God bless you, and I know you're praying that my speech doesn't go on too long. I want to congratulate our returning legislators and those that worked so hard in the continuing support as a result of their vote. And my sincere thanks to our newly elected legislators who are entering that arena of public service at a very challenging time and an exciting time in Idaho's history. I also want to extend my compliments and best wishes to my fellow constitutional officers and the many other individuals at every level of government who work hard to earn and keep the people's confidence. I want to thank my family, my kids, my brothers and sisters who have joined with us today, my nieces and nephews, and my grandkids. And once again, I want to thank our First Lady for your patience, your understanding, and your unwavering support during a long and arduous campaign. And certainly allow me to thank our state employees whose hard work day in and day out and dedication to public service make up such an important part of our social fabric and make this job so fulfilling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the third time that I have been blessed to stand here on the step of the People's House, to take this oath of office as your governor, and to thank you for trusting me to once again lead state government in a way that is consistent with principles and values that we share. I strongly believe that the people of Idaho understand and embrace the role not just of the voter or taxpayer, but as individual and proud citizens. In my experience, there is no such thing as a silent majority in Idaho. Rather, there is a very clear realization that we are all in this together and are equally clear in our commitment of going our own way, in our own time, and at our own means. Idaho remains deeply concerned with the decisions that affect the liberties and the opportunities available to our future generations. We take seriously our responsibility to ensure state government is focused on safeguarding these freedoms while enabling citizens to live up to their own best potential. I am encouraged by the strength and the resilience of our system, and I am energized by the opportunity to lead a rebirth of public trust and confidence in this great republic, a form of representative democracy that, despite its challenges and its imperfections, still remains the envy of the world. These past 4 years have provided us with equally great lessons about the importance of the public process, the power of individuals, and our responsibilities as citizens. When I last took the oath of office, Idaho was only beginning to see signs of the economic resurgence we needed to effectively address the biggest of our challenges. Now Idaho is among the best managed, fastest growing, and the most economically promising states in America. That is due in no small part to the fact that here in Idaho, we don't just talk about our principles and values, we live them. And the independence and self-reliance and the civic virtue that have brought us back economically also are the foundation of how we will address our challenges ahead of us. Here in Idaho, I believe we share a common determination to fully exercise our freedoms, first to turn to family, and then to turn to friends, and then to turn to community when need be. And then very cautiously and judiciously ask the collective authority of a state and of government to do for us what we cannot do alone. I also believe we share a deep and abiding love of this place we call home. We care more about sustaining and improving Idaho for our children and our grandchildren than anyone who's not connected by the blood, the soil, and the tears that they ever could understand. We want more than any national government or collection of outside experts possibly could for Idaho to succeed, for Idaho to prosper, and for Idaho to be a place where hope is inspired, faith is embraced, and charity is a way of life. We are not a people easily swayed from our true course or commitment to our values by contrived comparisons or glib cynicism. We know who we are. We are proud of who we are. And we are not easily blown off course by the shifting winds of change of someone else's idea of what might be right for Idaho. That's why I'm here today. It's why I ran for governor in 2006 after 6 years in Congress. I wanted to come home to a place where a good idea in the morning could become good public policy by the afternoon, where individuals have a voice and can make a difference, and where we are unafraid to stand up for what we believe. Does that mean that all Idahoans agree on every issue? Of course not. We are, as the good Lord made us, individuals first and foremost, and our differences are what make us special and irreplaceable. It's a matter of protecting our values by practicing them. Our shared determination to listen to other points of view and work through our differences constructively is what makes us Idahoans. Where we draw the line is having other views imposed on us as mandates out of misguided political correctness or a lack of respect for our history, our traditions, and our values. For anyone who believes today that my commitment to liberty has been eroded by age or sullied by experience, for anyone who doubts my commitment to resisting with all that I am, all that I will ever have, for those in resisting those federal policies that determine the tenets of federalism or of state sovereignty, watch closely over the next 4 years. You will see that fiery idealism of my youth has only been supplanted by a strong and tempered confidence, born of time and molded by experiences. But you should also know that we don't insist on prudent, responsible management of taxpayer dollars and limiting government's role in our lives because we are stingy, cruel, or hard-hearted. It is because it is a tried and true way to ensure that the people remains the master and the government the servant. We revel in our fact that Idaho still has a citizen legislature and balances our budget each and every year rather than a big expanding and deficit spending government like so many of our sister states out of some animus toward government itself. We do it because we trust the people of Idaho to know best what's right for them. Our path forward to the Idaho we envision might be long and circuitous, but our direction is clear because our purpose is true to our values and the way of life that we cherish. We stand for what's right here in Idaho, and we are determined to be the architects of our own destiny. Once again, Miss Lori and I thank you all for being here. Mom, I'll call you after I get home. Thank you once again for the opportunity to serve. May God continue to bless this great state of Idaho, and may God continue to bless this great country. Thank you.